I was not born a trader. I became one, and the cost of that becoming was heavy. I built fortunes. I lost fortunes. I rose higher than most men ever dream, and I fell lower than most men could endure. But in my journey, through triumph and ruin, I learned the rules of survival and the unforgiven principles of risk management. Not theories, not opinions, rules. Rules written in blood, in tears, in the late hours of sleepless nights, in the cold quiet of empty trading rooms, and in the finality of bankruptcy courtrooms. You want to speculate. You want to stand in the arena where men wager not on dice but on the future itself? Then listen, because the market is ruthless. It gives nothing freely, and it punishes weakness without pity. I do not offer you secrets. I offer you survival. I do not promise riches. I promise only that if you respect these principles, the very laws of risk management, you may endure long enough to find them. Ignore them, and you will not last. Here are my 7 golden rules of risk management. Carve them into your mind. Write them on your walls. Live them until they breathe through you. For in speculation there is no mercy for those who forget, and no teacher harsher than experience itself. The first law of trading is not to make money. It is not to catch the trend. It is not even to be right. The first law of trading is this: do not lose your capital. Capital is your lifeblood. Lose it, and you are finished. The market can forgive many sins, but not the sin of letting losses run until they destroy you. I learned this early in the crowded, noisy bucket shops of Boston, where young men like me risked every penny we could scrape together, chasing the illusion of quick fortunes. I would place my bets, watch the tape, and when the price turned against me, I cut. Small losses, quick exits, over and over. I survived because I never allowed a small wound to turn gangrenous. Later, when I disobeyed my own law, I paid dearly. In 1906, before the San Francisco earthquake, I was long. When disaster struck, the tape turned crimson. Did I cut? No. I hesitated. I justified. I told myself the market would turn. It did not. I bled. And I swore never again. Hope is the most dangerous position you can hold. Hope will chain you to a sinking ship. Hope will whisper, just wait. It will come back. And while you wait, your fortune drains away. Do not hope. Obey the tape. If the market says you are wrong, admit it instantly. Close the trade. Take the loss. Consider it tuition, the price of survival. Small losses are scratches. They sting, yes, but they heal. Large losses cripple. They scar. They end careers. Cut your losses. Relentlessly. Without mercy, without hesitation. The man who hesitates is lost. The trader who hesitates is bankrupt. Make this your creed. I will allow no single trade to threaten my survival. Repeat it until it is in your bones. I will not let pride dictate my actions. I will not argue with the market. I will bow to reality. However bitter it may taste, I will embrace the discipline of quick, decisive action, understanding that every loss, when controlled, is a lesson, not a catastrophe. Most men do the opposite. They cut profits and let losses run. Why? Because of fear and greed. Fear makes them grab a small gain too soon. Greed makes them nurse a loss too long. Both lead to ruin. When I was young, I discovered that a true trend is a rare and powerful thing. It begins quietly, grows steadily, and then sweeps across the market like fire in dry grass. Once you are in such a trend, your work is simple. Stay in it. I caught one such move in 1907 during the panic. I had sold short, and the market began to collapse. Every fiber of my being wanted to cover to take profits to lock it in, but the tape told me, the trend is down, and down hard. So I held. I held until brokers were leaping from windows, until telegrams were pouring in from frantic clients, and fortunes were wiped out. And in that holding, I made $3 million. But learn this. It is not greed to let a winner run. It is discipline. Greed is cutting too late because you lust for more. Discipline is holding until the market itself tells you the trend is over. Do not sell just because you are satisfied. Do not sell because you are nervous. Sell because the tape, not your feelings, commands it. Letting profits run does not mean carelessness. It does not mean recklessness. It means recognizing that the market rarely offers true trends. And when it does, you must seize them with both hands and hold on. Most men will never see a great fortune because they cannot sit still. They grab their winnings at the first whisper of gain. Then they wonder why their equity curve crawls instead of climbs. Here is the paradox. Cutting losses quickly and letting winners run slowly are two sides of the same coin. Together, they are survival. Cut your losses short. Let your profits run long. That is the trader's formula. Make this your creed. I will hold my winners until the market itself tells me they are no longer winners. I will not abandon a strong trend for my own discomfort. I will let the market dictate the pace of my success, not my impatience. I will endure the waiting. I will endure the fear. I will endure the temptation to sell too soon, because I know that discipline is the truest path to fortune. This rule has destroyed more men than any other temptation. Listen well. Never, under any circumstances, add to a losing position. The market has spoken. It has judged you wrong. To double your bet is to double your mistake. To average down is to declare war on the truth. I broke this rule once. It was enough. I thought myself clever. I thought, if I buy more at this lower price, my average improves, and I can escape at break-even. But the market cared nothing for my averages. The decline continued. My loss multiplied. What might have been a scratch became a wound. Remember this. Markets are not obliged to return to your entry. Prices do not care where you bought. They do not orbit your ego. They move according to forces beyond your control. Averaging down is the confession of a weak mind, one that cannot admit defeat. A strong trader admits defeat instantly. He says, I was wrong. The market is right, and he steps aside. The weak trader digs deeper, throwing good money after bad. Soon he is buried. The mathematics alone should terrify you. Lose 10%, you need 11% to recover. Lose 50%, you need 100%. And if you keep averaging down, you will face such numbers. They are mountains too steep to climb. I have seen men average down until their fortune was ashes. They would not take the small loss. They would not confess error, and so they were destroyed. Averaging down is not courage. It is not persistence. It is denial, and denial has no place in speculation. Make this your creed. I will never add to a losing position. I will never average down. I will take the loss, step aside, and live to trade again. I will embrace humility, recognizing that being wrong is a teacher, not an enemy. I will preserve my capacity to act, to learn, and to return stronger. Leverage is a double-edged sword. It magnifies gains, yes, but it also magnifies losses. Many men have been seduced by the promise of large returns on small capital. They borrow, they stretch themselves, they overreach, and when the market turns, they are crushed. I learned this lesson painfully. Early in my career, I had a position that seemed invincible. I borrowed to double down, confident in my judgment. The market moved against me, rapidly, ruthless. I lost not just my capital, but the borrowed sums as well. Leverage is a tool, not a weapon. Use it wisely, use it sparingly. Respect it, or it will strip you bare. The temptation is relentless. Every trader feels it. The thrill of multiplying small stakes into large fortunes is intoxicating. Yet the penalty for arrogance is swift and absolute. Make this your creed. I will never use leverage beyond my capacity to survive the worst-case scenario. I will respect the market's power over my borrowed capital. I will treat borrowed money as sacred, for it can be my salvation or my ruin. I will not chase returns. I will chase survival. I will never allow pride or impatience to turn borrowed capital into a weapon against myself. Never enter a trade without a plan. Chaos is the enemy. The market offers no guidance, no compassion. You cannot rely on hope, intuition, or luck. Every trade must be measured, every risk accounted for. I have seen men wander into the pit with nothing but a hunch. They are consumed. You cannot fight the market blindfolded. Know your objectives, know your limits. Know what will make you close a trade in triumph or in retreat. When I prepared for the cotton trade, I studied every chart, every seasonal trend, every telegram, every piece of news that might affect the commodity. My plan was meticulous. And when the market tested me, I followed it without hesitation. Had I ignored my own rules, I would have lost everything. Make this your creed. I will enter no position without a plan. I will know my entry, my exit, and my risk. I will follow my plan without compromise. I will not let panic or euphoria dictate my actions. I will anticipate resistance and opportunity alike. I will respect the market's timing, and I will act only according to reason and evidence. The tape is the market's voice. It speaks in prices, in volume, in movement, in the subtle rhythm of buying and selling that echoes through every trading room, every floor, every ticker. Ignore it and you are lost. Listen, observe, obey. I once had a position I was certain would rise. My analysis was meticulous, my reasoning impeccable, and yet the tape whispered otherwise. I hesitated. I argued with it. I hoped against it. I lost. The tape is never wrong. Your opinion is irrelevant. Your ego is irrelevant. The market will act, and you must follow. Learn to read it, respect it, and let it guide every action. The tape is truth, impartial, and absolute. Every tick, every volume surge, every price reversal tells a story. You must become fluent in its language. Many traders fail because they hear the tape but cannot understand it. They interpret it through fear, through hope, through wishful thinking. The tape does not lie. It does not negotiate. It is indifferent to your analysis, your pride, your ambition. Make this your creed. I will respect the tape. I will let it guide my decisions. I will admit when it proves me wrong. I will be a student of the market every day. I will observe without bias, act without hesitation, and obey without question. The tape is the teacher. I am the student. I will not argue. I will not rationalize. I will not pretend it is wrong. I will listen. I will learn. I will endure. Preserve your capital above all. All rules converge to this principle. Without capital, nothing else matters. The greatest strategy, the keenest insight, the boldest trade are worthless if you cannot survive. Each dollar you save, each prudent decision, each avoided disaster is armor for the battles ahead. Preserve your capital, protect it. Shield it from overconfidence, from greed, from negligence. Preserve it from the seductive voices that promise easy riches and whisper that rules are for the weak. Preserve it from yourself, from your impulses, from the temptation to act before you are ready. Make this your creed. I will value my capital above fleeting ambition. I will protect it as if my life depends on it, for it does. I will build fortresses of discipline around my money, and I will never gamble it foolishly. Capital is your lifeline. Without it, all knowledge, all skill, all courage becomes meaningless. Preserve it, cherish it, respect it, and understand this. Each saved dollar is a tool, a weapon, and a shield, enabling you to seize opportunity when others have nothing left to act with. These 7 rules are not abstractions. They are survival. Cut your losses. Let profits run. Never average down. Control your leverage. Always have a plan. Respect the tape. Preserve your capital. Memorize them. Embody them. Repeat them until they are instinct. They are not mere words. They are shields, armor, and weapons. Speculation is a crucible. It will test you, strip you, and demand everything. You will face fear you cannot imagine. You will confront uncertainty you cannot measure. You will be tempted by pride, arrogance, and greed. And in every moment, the market will be watching. It will reward discipline. It will punish hubris. It will forgive errors if they are small, but it will obliterate the careless. These rules, repeated and internalized, are the difference between walking away intact and being swept into ruin. I have walked through the fires. I have seen men rise and men fall. I have felt triumph so sweet it blinded me, and ruin so bitter it haunted my dreams. I built millions and lost millions. I soared higher than I ever imagined and sank to depths few survive. And through it all, one lesson remained unbroken. The rules matter. They are eternal. They are indifferent to your desire, your ambition, your ego. Follow them, and you endure. Ignore them, and you perish. There is a rhythm to the market, a pulse that beats through history. It repeats, relentless and impartial. Traders come and go. Empires of wealth rise and crumble. And yet the market persists. It is neither cruel nor kind. It simply is. Those who endure learn to move with it, not against it. They respect its lessons and they bend their will to its reality. Those who fail resist, argue, and defy it. They are swept away. Understand this. Trading is not a game of luck. It is not a test of cleverness. It is a test of character, of patience, courage, discipline, and humility. To survive, you must master yourself before you master the market. You must control your fear before you can profit from opportunity. You must discipline your greed before it destroys you. You must humble yourself to reality before pride carries you to ruin. These are the invisible rules behind the 7 golden rules. Without them, even perfect knowledge is worthless. They are the backbone of every decision, the unseen foundation beneath every trade. Reflect on the 1907 panic. I had prepared. I had studied, observed, and waited. And when the market screamed in chaos, I acted decisively. Others panicked. Others fled. Their hesitation cost them fortunes. Their fear made them weak. I survived because I had internalized the rules. I did not hesitate. I did not argue with the tape. I did not hope for a miracle. I acted. And in acting, I preserved my capital. I seized opportunity where others saw only terror. This is the essence of trading. Clarity amidst chaos, discipline amidst temptation, courage amidst fear. And it is repeated countless times in history. Fortunes rise and fall, but those who survive are the ones who respect the laws of risk. And yet, even with rules and discipline, the market will humble you. Pride is the constant adversary. The moment you believe yourself invincible, the market will remind you otherwise. I have known that humility comes only from loss, and survival comes only from obedience. And the wise trader remembers, every fortune is temporary, every loss a lesson, every trade an opportunity to practice discipline. Every day is a test. Every tick is a challenge. Every trend is fleeting. And every mistake carries a lesson that must be absorbed, analyzed, and used to survive the next battle. So remember these words, repeat them, burn them into your mind. Cut your losses. Let profits run. Never average down. Control your leverage. Always have a plan. Respect the tape. Preserve your capital. These are not suggestions. They are the law of survival. They are the essence of trading. They are the difference between rising to greatness and being buried in obscurity. Follow them. Live them. Let them guide every decision, every action, every thought. Internalize them so deeply that they are instinct, that even in moments of fear, fatigue, or temptation, your decisions will reflect the wisdom of survival and not the impulses of folly. And if you do, you may endure. You may stumble, falter, even fail in moments. But you will rise again, armed with knowledge, discipline, and the iron will of a survivor. You will navigate the chaos, read the tape, and act decisively. You will preserve your capital, respect the rules, and hold your winners while cutting your losses. You will see opportunity where others see ruin. You will understand fear, greed, and hope, and you will master them rather than be mastered. You will act not from impulse but from preparation, observation, and reason. In speculation, there are no guarantees, no friends, no certainties. There is only the law of survival. And for those who live by it, there is the chance, hard-earned, fleeting, and glorious, to achieve greatness. Remember this, live this, trade this, obey it, and you will endure where others perish. The market is ruthless, but with discipline, courage, and unwavering respect for the rules, you can walk through its fires and emerge alive, wiser, and ready to claim the fortunes it offers only to the patient, the disciplined, and the prepared. This is the trader's path. It is narrow, it is harsh, it is exacting, but it is the only path to survival and to the rare taste of victory that the market allows. Memorize the 7 rules. Burn them into your soul, make them instinct. Cut your losses. Let profits run. Never average down. Control your leverage. Always have a plan. Respect the tape. Preserve your capital. And in doing so, you will endure. You will rise. And you will trade not as a gambler, but as a master of your craft, tempered by experience, guided by rules, and armed with the knowledge that in the world of speculation, survival is the greatest victory of all. And finally, know this. Your journey will be lonely, frightening, and merciless. Many will envy you. Many will doubt you. Many will fail alongside you. But your discipline, your courage, your patience, and your obedience to the rules will allow you to endure. They will allow you to thrive when others collapse. And in that endurance lies the true triumph, not a fleeting fortune, not temporary fame, but mastery over chaos, mastery over self, and the quiet knowledge that you survived when so many others did not.